Hello, my friends. My name is Andrea, astrologer, and today I would like to give you, as promised in a previous video, more details about the lunar eclipse, which happens on the 14th of March in the tropical Virgo and in the sidereal Leo for the first time. But it is, of course, here questionable. It's really at the border with Lahiri as the Ayanamsha. I would like to share with you the North Indian style chart for those who are more interested, and also to go into the aspects for Bitcoin, and also share my text explanation, which is available in the reports on Patreon, and this is ahead of time with 1 month, and of course it's available since the beginning of the year in the yearly report for Bitcoin. Let's dive into it. For the ones of you who are more astrologically inclined, so to speak, I would like to go into some details, and this is the North style sidereal chart with Lahiria and Amsha, and this is publicly available for free on vaultoftheheavens.com for the ones who want to explore more on this. And this is the chart of the eclipse. It's casted for the UTC time zone for London, UK, England, and this is what we have at the moment of the eclipse. Like we mentioned, we have a full moon that is really almost exact, I would say, and it is really a time when we will have a culmination of the energy for this eclipse, which is a blood moon, and it is also a total lunar eclipse, so extremely powerful. At the time of the eclipse, we look at the position of the moon and the sun, which are very important, and we see them at 29 degrees 46 minutes in the sidereal zodiac of Leo, in the Lahiri Ayanamsha again. So here with all the Ayanamsha, it's questionable what we have, but it's on the border. So it's a transition, it's a big change, it's an ending and a beginning. And we look at the constellations where these are. So the moon is in Uttra Falguni, while the sun is in Purva Bhadrapada. And Uttra Falguni is a nakshatra of contracts, of relationships, business relationships. That is quite equitable, you know, and it's on an equal par, so to speak. It's one-to-one, it's a one-on-one win-win situation that is ideal in such collaborations. While the sun in Purva Bhadrapada is really loaded, it's very intense because it has the fire of death, actually, as a symbol and energy in the mythology, and this is important to take into account because we have sun diminished by Saturn. In a way, it's a Kazimi here, so basically it's a very tight conjunction or Graha Yuddha that you can see, and this is really very important to consider because it will be a point of regulation, of sort of restriction, but it could be also very business oriented and innovative in the future. It's an ending and a beginning in business, somehow in contracts, in the way companies could really operate, especially in the area of crypto, because you can see here in Pisces we do have Mercury, Venus retrograde and Rahu all together here in a stellium, and Venus retrograde is very powerful here, but being in an exalted sign, so whatever the restriction is, the result will be finally positive, even if it's a time of strain which is ahead. Usually an eclipse has a influence of 3 months roughly, lunar eclipse, but it's total and it's quite intense, so I would say it could be even a bit longer. And we have also Mercury at a turning point, Mercury symbolizing markets and trading, because the next day on the 15th of March UTC time zone, Mercury will turn retrograde, and it will be retrograde together with Venus, and we will have this interesting energy that is about you know, intensified trading. I would say this is a way this could manifest in the next months. So this is really an interesting chart, I would say, that is somehow mixed. I need to say that it will instill volatility in Bitcoin, but it is of a positive nature, so let's go also in the considerations for this. In our report, we do have this section about the lunar eclipse on March 14th, which takes place with Ketu, the south node of the moon, which is about releasing, ending, letting go. And this happens in the sidereal sign of actually Virgo with Anada Namsha. So it's really at the border between Leo and Virgo. It is like a glimpse on the next 1 year and a half and the eclipses that will happen there in the sidereal Leo. And we do have really a evolution cycle that is ahead of us after that. And in global astrology, we have very powerful, strong Uranus energy on the day, which is very important because it will affect the prices in the markets and it will increase volatility, including for crypto. The next day, as we mentioned already, on the March 15th, we have Mercury going retrograde. And the very next day, we have the Sun-Rahu conjunction, and this is a very important conjunction because it suggests a peak that would be unsustainable in general, and it is a very volatile environment in the markets. And on the day for Bitcoin, we do not have a specific aspect which is exact, which makes things a bit more difficult. So it's important to consider the longer term influences around it. You have them in the calendar written in bigger font. And it is important to know that we have positive aspects with Mars and Neptune 2 days later. Therefore, I would say whatever the volatility, we will really go up afterwards. So a price increase would be the result, despite of the fact that we have the Saturn Sun conjunction, which is really very, very tight, and we can consider this as a regulatory or constricting influence in some way, but it will be only for a time. It's for a while, a limited period of time, due to the fact that we have this positive energy that is prevailing with a lot of conjunctions that I mentioned also in the video, in the global video for March. So if you didn't see it, have a look at that, and thank you so much for your support, for liking and subscribing, and until next time, be joyful.